A faint amber glow drifts across the edge of evening, like the last sigh of a candle that has just learned to rest. Somewhere beyond the window, the world hums in a slower rhythm. And inside this moment, time loosens its grip. The shoulders that have carried countless meetings, deadlines, and endless to-do lists begin to feel lighter, as if a gentle wind has slipped through the seams of a well-worn coat. Eyes soften, and the mind, accustomed to the constant chatter of obligation, starts to listen to a quieter voice. Imagine a single breath, not forced, but drawn like a soft ribbon of wind through a pine forest. Inhale the scent of moss and amber resin. Feel the coolness slide along the back of the throat, and let it travel down to the belly, where it settles like warm sand. Exhale, and let the tension melt away, as if the breath carries away the weight of unfinished emails and ticking clocks. A second breath follows, a whisper of lavender on the breeze, and the body settles deeper into a state of easy ease. Now, picture a narrow path winding through an ancient grove of silver-bark trees. Their trunks are smooth, almost glass-like, reflecting a sky painted in muted indigo and dusky teal. The air is thick with the faint hum of crickets, a gentle percussion that matches the slow beating of a heart finding its own tempo. The path beneath your feet is a carpet of soft, velvety moss, each step releasing a subtle, earthy fragrance that seems to whisper, "You have arrived." The moss cushions every movement, inviting you to walk without hurry, without purpose beyond the simple act of being present. Ahead, a clearing opens like a secret garden. In its center stands a low stone bench, worn smooth by centuries of quiet visitors. Light streams through the canopy in thin ribbons of violet and deep teal, casting delicate patterns on the mossy floor. The light does not blaze, it glows, like the afterglow of a distant star, warm enough to soothe the eyes. Sit upon the bench. Feel the stone's coolness against your skin, a grounding reminder that the world remains steady even when thoughts race. Around you, the trees sway ever so slightly, their leaves rustling with a soft sigh of evening. Each rustle is a gentle reminder that movement can be gentle, that change does not have to be abrupt. Close the eyes of imagination and turn attention inward, to the rhythm of your own pulse. It is a slow drum, steady and sure, echoing the tranquil cadence of the forest. With each beat, imagine a soft pulse of light traveling from the crown of your head down through your spine, lighting each vertebra like lanterns on a quiet walkway. The light pauses at the base of the skull, releasing the tightness that has built up from endless screens and endless thoughts. It moves down to the shoulders, loosening the knot that has become a habit. A warm, amber glow spreads across the chest. easing the weight of responsibilities that have settled like a heavy cloak. Further down, the light settles into the abdomen, where the nervous system often gathers the residue of stress. There, the glow becomes a gentle tide, ebbing and flowing, coaxing the muscles to release, inviting the diaphragm to rise and fall with ease. The journey continues to the hips, knees, and finally the soles of the feet. Each point of contact with the earth becomes a tiny portal of release, sending any lingering fatigue back into the ground, where it is absorbed by the ancient trees and transformed into quiet strength. As the light retreats, a feeling of renewal blossoms, like the first unfurling of a night-blooming flower. The fragrance of the garden deepens, hints of sandalwood, soft lavender, and a whisper of citrus that tingles like distant laughter. Take a moment to simply be within this garden, allowing thoughts of deadlines and obligations to drift past like leaves carried by a lazy stream. They do not stick, they float by. Observed, then let go. The only task now is to rest in this pocket of peace, to let the body's natural rhythm guide you toward a gentle, replenishing calm. When the mind begins to wander back to the day's demands, picture the garden's doorway a simple arch of intertwined vines. Step through it, and notice how the world beyond seems a little softer, colors a touch more muted, sounds a fraction quieter. Carry this softened perception with you, a quiet ember tucked within, ready to spark whenever the load feels too heavy again. The night grows deeper, and the glow of the stars above begins to pale, turning the sky into a blanket of deep blue and violet. The trees sigh one final time, their leaves settling into a hushed lullaby. The stone bench beneath you holds the memory of this pause, a place you can return to in the mind whenever weariness returns. Begin to bring awareness back to the present room, feeling the surface beneath you, hearing the faint hum of the world outside. The breath remains a soft ribbon, steady and calm. With each inhale, draw in the serenity of the garden. With each exhale, release any remaining tension. Allow the mind to linger in this quiet space a little longer, knowing that the energy restored here is not a fleeting spark but a slow burning ember that will continue to warm you throughout the night. When you are ready, let the thoughts drift like clouds, and allow sleep to find you gently, cradled by the calm you have cultivated.